Okay, so today what we're going to be doing is cracking open the case about 10 statements that are usually made in the Forex trading industry that are somewhat misbelieved or sometimes even completely untrue. And right now what we're going to be doing is telling you the real truths behind these questions. So stay tuned if you want to find out more about what the real answers actually are. Okay, so like I said, they're going to be just 10 statements that we're going to make, and I'm going to talk through them for you. So basically, these statements are made very often, and a lot of people sometimes completely misinterpret them or believe them under false pretenses, or sometimes there's people out there that just completely outright lie to you about these statements. So for this video, I've been researching these topics for about just on 2 months. And I've been speaking to a lot of my trading colleagues and a few people in the industry that have quite a lot of experience behind some of these statements. So we've built together the 10 answers that I'm going to talk you through based on my personal experience as well. I'm also going to be giving you my opinion. And I think you're going to find some of these very, very interesting to listen to. But first, make sure to do me a favor, show your support by subscribing to this channel. Also, what that allows you to do is keep updated on the weekly videos we're sending out. We have got tons of weekly educational content that can help you in your future trading success. Okay, so what I'm going to have to make pretty clear is a lot of you watching this video are going to have certain adverse reactions to some of these statements and some of my answers. Once again, like I said to you, these answers are as truthful and accurate as I can get them. But some of you are going to have lots and lots of questions to ask, maybe lots of questions to ask the people who told you the false statements. But some of you out there might also be very unhappy that I'm actually trying to tell the truth. A lot of people try not to talk about some of these things, people in the trading industry that are doing something like selling training programs to students out there, and they are actually selling a lot of their programs based on false pretenses. Now, I'm not in any shape or form attacking anyone, but what I really need to do is give my support towards the young traders and the new people starting out in the industry to make sure they actually have the real information, they actually have the truth behind what they really need to do. For myself, I run my own training academy, and it's very important that I can actually share the real truths about the industry so no one actually does get caught out. So starting out, the first statement that a lot of people make is people think that trading software actually costs money or costs a lot of money, or they need a very specific type of trading software to actually make a success in trading. Now, just to start off with, the most used trading platform on the planet by novice traders, home traders, retail traders, professional traders is MetaTrader 4. Now, there are platforms that are slightly better than MetaTrader 4, but I'm talking to you about platforms like Bloomberg Terminal, which costs like $2,000 a month and are usually only used by professional traders. There are certain other platforms out there, but the thing is that MetaTrader 4 is a completely free to use software. Almost every single big and regulated broker out there will provide it to you completely free of charge, and it's all you really need. I know of tons of high-level traders, professional traders, people with tons of years of experience in the industry that know all of these special trading softwares that you have to actually purchase or pay monthly fees for, or all those sorts of things are absolute rubbish, because 99% of the time, the person that is trying to get you to use that platform is obviously going to be making money by either getting you onto the platform, or maybe they're getting a rebate for doing that or something behind it, but they're going to be earning money from telling you that you should be doing something when you actually could do it completely for free. So that is definitely a very important response to that statement. Question number 2, Forex is the best asset class to trade and the easiest way to make money. Now, this video is talking about the Forex industry, but most importantly, people need to realize that Forex is not the only asset class that you can trade. In the tradable universe, as we call it, there are tens of thousands of tradable asset classes that you can actually trade and profit from on a consistent basis. So not only do we have currencies available, which we call Forex pairs, we also have things like indices available, so global indexes, for trading benchmarks around the planet. We also have stock exchanges where we're able to trade stock on a consistent basis, so company stocks. Also, something that a lot of people know is we can trade commodities. So we can trade oil, gold, silver, platinum. We can trade tons of different commodities on the market as well. Now, this is very important because the word Forex became an incredibly big catchword in the entire industry. A lot of people think Forex is the only way to make money. It's the only way to profit. But what they don't realize is there's tons of other ways to make money. I know in America and across those areas, trading penny stocks is very, very popular because the penny stocks era was driven by some very big marketing people that were able to create it into a massive popular trend. Most recently, between 2016 and 2017, we had the trend of the cryptocurrency traders. Now, the cryptocurrency traders have completely fallen away. There's very few people now in 2018 talking about cryptocurrencies. Why is that? Because cryptocurrencies dropped by over 70 to 80% in value, all the way from like $19,000 a coin down to like under $6,000 a coin, because cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin itself, when I was talking about that valuation, completely became unpopular to trade. So no one talks about it anymore. But Forex is a very, very popular topic to talk about, and a lot of people are making a ton of money from educating people about trading Forex. No one really teaches you about trading things like large company stocks or trading indices or trading commodities because no one truly understands it. Now, they're actually very simple asset classes to trade, and you can trade them as well. Very, very simple to get started trading these. Point number 3, anyone can trade Forex. Now, this statement, although very true, is actually a completely misguided statement. The reason behind why anyone can trade Forex is specifically because of people like the brokerages that are coming out with mad advertising campaigns talking about how people could easily buy and sell Forex in the supermarket, when they're walking their poodle, when they're at dinner with their girlfriend. I mean, these are topics from actual adverts that I've watched of people actually trading, and you know, the whole trend behind the advert is it's easy, it's simple, it's seamless, you can trade from your phone, you can just make money whenever you want. And this is absolute rubbish, because although you might be able to create some level of profit, you're never going to become consistently profitable. The people who are able to trade Forex are the people that actually have the backing and the education and have extensive experience in actually doing this. It is nowhere close to as simple as just getting onto, you know, a mobile app and profiting from trading. It's actually an absolute joke. And the best way I can say this, it's like this statement. Anyone can fly a plane, but it doesn't mean you should do it. Because as we know, airplane pilots need to be licensed. So for yourself, you need to, in a sense, get a type of trading license. You need to be able to actually get yourself educated, give yourself experience, and enough backing in the financial markets that when you go and step in and trade with real capital and trade with real money, you actually know what you're doing. So saying that anyone can trade Forex is a completely misguided statement, and it's actually very dangerous because this motivates a lot of people who have absolutely no education to try it out, and a massive amount of these people lose money. Now, point number 4, fundamentals don't work or are too complex for trading Forex or is not relevant to Forex. Now, fundamental strategies are the backings behind understanding the macroeconomics of a country, understanding the fundamental data that's coming out on a consistent basis from central banking policies, from economic releases, and tons of statistical data about how these countries are actually developing and growing or contracting, or if they've got problems or risks involved, and that immediately translates into the currencies of those countries. And this is obviously going to create massive fluctuations in the Forex market. Now, a lot of people try to avoid telling you that this actually is a massive way and a great way to trade because it's so complex. Now, people that have to analyze these fundamental strategies usually have years of experience in the industry. It is tons and tons of data that you have to go through, hours of watching ECB conferences and rubbish behind central banking policies and stuff. But you have to go and watch this information. You have to go watch these videos and these conferences and read through the statistical data. A lot of people say that just trading technicals is much better because that's easier or simpler to use. But the problem is a lot of people that are driving this information are training academies that have absolutely no experience or understanding in trading fundamentals properly. Now, this is a brave statement for me to make in response to this, but what I'm trying to say is some of these academies might have some experience in trading fundamentals, but they might not have a successful track record, or they might struggle to be able to teach that to their students. So instead, what they'll do is pull it out of their training programs and instead replace it with technical trading strategies. And technical trading strategies, as a lot of people in the industry call it, are frighteningly easy. Some of the things that they talk about are, using price structure to be able to trade, or using Fibonacci retracements. And I swear, if someone's charging you $1,000 to teach you about how to use those strategies, that's an absolute joke. Majority of those things you could learn online completely for free. So the other one that a lot of people talk about is the more you trade, the more you make. Now, this can be pretty terrifying because a lot of people talk about this. They talk about how if you're trading a lot more frequently, you're going to profit a lot more. And a lot of people who are talking about this are people that are trying to drive you to trade as much as they possibly can. So here's the backing behind why a lot of people make these statements, is because a lot of companies that are talking to you about this are making a great amount of profit from making you trade more and more. So let's say, for example, you've gone to a certain company and they've asked you to sign up with a certain broker that is with their own company. Now, when you sign up to that broker, depending on where you are in the world, the company that signed you up is probably going to be making a profit every single time you are buying and selling on their trading platform. Now, the broker not only makes profit from it, but the guy or the company that referred you to that broker usually has what they call an IB agreement in place, an introducing broker agreement in place. Now, this agreement will allow them to earn a very small commission every single time you buy and sell on that trading platform. Now, the issue behind this is if they're able to grow their platform large enough to, let's say, a few hundred students around the world, they can make a massive amount of profit just from making you trade. Now, the reason why they tell you to trade as much as you can is because obviously the more you trade, the more they make. So even if you don't make profit, they're still going to profit from every single time you click buy and sell on the trading platform. Now, this is a massive issue in the industry. There are massive regulators coming down on IB programs, on introducing brokers around the planet. And they are slowly but surely coming down with massive regulation to prevent companies from having an underlying narrative to try and force you to trade more and more. What happens when you trade more and more is you're going to get absolutely burnt out. You're going to start making the wrong decisions. You're going to think that every single time you don't have a trade on, that you should have a trade on. And in turn, this is going to force you to lose money. Very, very often do experienced traders and professional traders take time off from trading. They might not be in the market for a few months. They do this. Now, you don't have to be in and out of the market every single day. You don't have to have positions running. If you've made your profits, get out the market and just relax for a bit. Focus on some research, focus on some new trading plans. But you don't have to always be in the market trying to trade, because the more you trade doesn't mean the more you make. Now, another one that a lot of people come out and say is that Forex is a scam and there are no successful Forex traders out there. Now, this is a very difficult statement for me to answer because it's somewhat half true and somewhat half completely false. Now, in the Forex industry, there are probably close to a few thousand so-called Forex educators that are providing training out to the public. So whether it might be they are providing a signal service or they're providing this or that or the next thing, they are obviously making a great deal of profit from this. Now, a massive amount of people in this industry have absolutely no track records. Now, to the people who do have track records, that is awesome. It's really good that you're able to show a track record that you actually are successful trading Forex. But without having any distinct track records, that's where a lot of this stuff comes from, where basically people are saying that these guys trading or training you are claiming that they have experience in trading, but they have absolutely no track record to show for it. And a lot of people try and stand behind things like their student reviews, their student feedback, to try and say, well, our students say we're incredibly good educators, so you don't have to see our own trading track records. Now, this honestly is absolute rubbish. There are so many educators in this industry that have been caught out having people give false paid reviews, and this is this is very true. There's tons of people in the industry. Forex traders themselves, some of these educators, go and fabricate their own reviews without even using real people or real reviews at all. And some people will actually hide certain reviews. So if they've got negative reviews, they won't give it to you. They'll only give you, like 10 of their best reviews. But this doesn't tell you whether they actually know what they're doing or not. Now, sure, they might be able to provide you education, but are they actually able to trade Forex? Now, this is where the scam part comes into it, is there are hundreds, maybe if not a few thousand people in the industry that are providing solutions to you as a trader, but they have no track record behind it. So that is really where the scam comes into it. But Forex itself, you can make a massive amount of profit and money over the long term from trading Forex, as long as you have really good strategies, really good education, and a great understanding of the financial markets. But it really isn't as easy as people expect it to be. So one of the statements that I actually missed out, which I just saw, was that a lot of people say trading is easy, or trading Forex is easy. You can make lots of money, quit your job, and live the life you deserve. Now, this is a pretty terrifying statement, because this can actually force people to make certain life choices that could affect the rest of their life. I've definitely heard about people that have done as much as quit their own jobs, take out loans on their house to afford training programs or actually trading capital, and do absolutely mental things thinking that trading Forex is going to make them tons and tons of money. And educators around the planet are providing this as marketing material to people all over the industry. I mean, there's things like, I'm sure you've seen it, my students make $10,000 a month doing this, you can too. Or you're able to get this out of our programs, or you're able to make this much out of our programs, you're able to have more time out of your day, which is absolutely terrifying, because in all honesty, let's say, for example, your living expenses every single month are $2,500 a month. I mean, that's pretty simple and straightforward. Now, in order to earn $2,500 a month, you have to have a pretty big trading account in order to do that. In order to have a pretty big trading account, you already have to have lots of money saved up. So let's say, for example, you're making $2,500 a month. If you got a $100,000 trading account, $2,500 a month is 2.5%. Now that is incredible. That's above the industry average for hedge funds around the planet. And having $100,000 is really difficult for a lot of traders. But then they'll go to these educators and they'll say to them, well, I only have $3,000, or I only have like $500. Can I make, $300 or $400 a month from trading? And these educators, well, some of them will actually say yes. Or they'll try and skirt the question and not lie to the person, but try and come up with some other statement that will convince them that they're actually going to be able to make lots of money and join this, incredible trading lifestyle with, incredible lavish expenses, which is absolute rubbish. I mean, as myself, I don't only trade Forex, I trade a whole lot of other things. But when I'm trading Forex, it's a 24-hour-a-day job. It is massive commitment to this job. It takes a ton of educating and learning and practice and revising and improving every single day. In no shape or form would I say to you that Forex trading is easy or that it will make you incredibly rich. Now, yes, I do have students that have been able to make a massive amount of money from trading. I've also had students that have been able to quit their jobs and actually make enough money from trading. But the only reason why they've been able to is because they have massive trading accounts. They commit a ton of time to their education and their practice, and they work nearly as hard as I do every single day. And I run my own investment group. So it really comes down to that. Is Forex trading easy? No, not at all. Can you become rich trading Forex? Yes, you can, as long as you have a really big trading account and you're able to dedicate enough time to it. Can you get the life you deserve? Possibly, but it is going to take years and years of working on your craft, practicing, and never giving up. It's not going to be as easy as you expect. Now, the last two statements I'm going to jump through as well. So one of the statements is, I am a professional trader and I will show you how to become a professional as well. Now, what a lot of people need to realize is in order to become a professional trader in the industry, so a professional trader, you have to have at least 3 years of experience working for a professional and licensed investment group in the industry. You have to have qualifications to be able to manage capital on behalf of any type of investor. You have to be regulated under the financial regulatory authority that you are working under. So if you're working in London, you're going to be under the FCA. If you're working in Australia, you're going to be under the ASIC. But you need to make sure that you are actually under the right regulation in order to be a professional trader. There's tons of people out there that say, oh, they're a professional trader and they're professional this and professional that. That's absolute rubbish. If you're not licensed, you're not a professional trader. If you haven't worked for a professional investment group, you're not a professional trader. For myself, I don't even call myself a professional trader because I don't have that experience. I've got tons of experience trading in the industry, educating students around the world, and I'm able to run my own investment group. But that doesn't mean I've worked for another investment group for years and years on end, and I can call myself a professional trader. That is absolute rubbish. So what you really need to do when people come to you talking about, there might be a Forex trading guru, or there might be a professional trader, or this or that, or the next thing, you really have to check your information and make sure they're talking the truth. Because if they're not, then they're basically lying to you. And if you want to go and pay someone to train you that's lying to you, well, that's really not a clever thing to do. And then one of the last points that I'm going to make is a statement where a lot of people say trading shorter term is better or makes you more money. Longer term trading is either bad or doesn't make as much money or is only for the professionals or is really boring. Now, this is a massive problem in this industry. Really something that is hugely misunderstood is a lot of people think trading shorter term, trading intraday, scalping in the market, scalping is a massive term that's used, is a better way to trade than holding longer term positions. And this is really where the experience from some of my trading colleagues came in. And I really haven't just asked simple trading colleagues. I've asked people who are actual professional traders working for banks like Credit Suisse, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan for one of them. And I've spoken to them and asked them what their response to this statement would be. Now, their response to this statement is, firstly, scalping is one of the most stressful and difficult ways to make money they have ever tried. And this is very true because for myself as well, I really struggle with scalping. I really don't find it's a profitable way to make money. Shorter term trading, so trading in and out every single day, they mentioned, yes, there are opportunities, and I can say that to you as well. There definitely are opportunities I've seen and I've been able to capitalize on, which are shorter term and are profitable. But they are really few and far between, and it's not as easy to profit from those positions as it is from longer term positions. Now, talking about longer term positions, they basically only trade longer term positions. And for my portfolio as well, I have about 85% of my trades that last over 4 weeks. About 5 to 10% of my trades last under 4 weeks. And about 5% of my trades last less than a week or a day. Now, that is an easy way to show you exactly how my portfolio is structured. But if you focus on trading more shorter term, you're going to land up really stressing yourself out, burning yourself out, and really almost running on a hamster wheel, trying to make as much profit as you can when there is much easier ways to do it. Now, trading longer term, as an example, you're able to spot longer term strategies, you're able to build yourself into that position, get out of the position slowly, you're able to assess what you're doing every single day, you're able to watch the market develop as you're moving in and out of this position, and you're also able to maximize your profit over the longer term. And most importantly, to a huge amount of students that work with me that are working full time, they trade longer term. So they don't trade shorter term, and they tend to do very well. So a lot of my students who have a 9-to-5 job, they're able to basically have a look at opportunities over a much longer term, and they're able to basically open up their trades on those positions and leave them for a couple weeks to maybe a month or two, and then close the position out when it's made them enough profit. And this is a very low stress, low intensity trading strategy that they use, but they're able to make the exact same amount of profits and sometimes even more profit from trading a much longer term strategy. When you're trading shorter term or intraday or even scalping, if something goes wrong and the market moves against you, you have to immediately get out of that position. And sometimes the market can move against you incredibly fast. On the much longer term trends, you are able to spot and predict the market movements a lot better. And this is not just coming from me, this is coming from many people in the industry, many professional traders and experienced traders who basically have said that they trade more longer term. Now, you really have to say to yourself, who would you want to take advice from? Would you want to take advice from someone who actually is seriously experienced in the market, or would you want to take advice from someone who isn't? Now, what I can say to you is do this. Take your own advice. Try both strategies, try both ways. And behind a lot of these statements, what I really want you to do is assess them for yourself. Ask yourself these questions and come up with your own answers. But try and use your logic behind a lot of these answers that you'll have to build for yourself. Because these things are statements in the industry that are really either misbelieved or untrue or just completely wild accusations that have no actual backing behind them. So to all of you, I hope this video is helpful. If you've got any further questions you'd like clarification on, make sure to comment in this video and I'll help you out. I'll see what I can do for you. But to all of you, please make sure to smash that like button if you thought this video was helpful, and also subscribe to the channel if you feel you would like educational content just like this coming out every single week. Once again, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.